Welcome to Biohacking with Brittany, where high performance health meets non-toxic living. I'm Brittany Ford, a holistic nutritionist, bringing you science-backed strategies in biohacking, longevity, and holistic wellness. Whether you're navigating fertility, pregnancy, postpartum, or simply striving for optimal well-being, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. What's up, and welcome back to Biohacking with Brittany. I am thankful that you have tuned into this AMA episode. I like to put these out every Friday. I ask and answer a few different questions that you submit typically through my Instagram DMs. So trying to keep it very biohacking, health optimization focused. And it's pretty interesting actually what comes through. So today we are going to dive into parasites, which is something I haven't talked about in quite a long time on the show. And we're going to talk about beauty and how to biohack that glow that we are all after. So much to say about both of these topics, and I'm really excited to dive in. As always, before we get started, a shout out to Lila Quantum Tech. Literally, I'm wearing their underwear right now. So they came out with female underwear that focuses on blocking EMF from the body. So blocking the ovaries from all of the EMF and the radiation around us. Think like 5G, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, things that come from basically everything that's plugged in. But there are things that are worse, like a computer, like a phone, TV, that type of thing. So it protects the ovaries and just shields our ovaries from the EMF. And it's important because it actually makes a difference. Environmental health and medicine is such a growing field. And the more we learn about it, the more we realize all this technology around us is actually affecting us on a cellular level. So how can we protect our ovaries, which, help us to have a menstrual cycle, help us through perimenopause, through menopause, produce, not only hold our eggs and then can produce a baby, but also produce hormones that really help with our hormone regulation and hormone balancing. So very, very delicate. The ovaries are very sensitive organs, and they are full of mitochondria. They actually have the most mitochondria in the body for both men and women after the brain. So it's so important. I think it's like 100,000 mitochondria per cell in the ovaries. So we want to protect those mitochondria, and we can do that through using the Lila Quantum Tech female EMF blocking underwear. Honestly, this is a must in any biohacking woman's wardrobe. It's a staple. And so you can definitely check it out. I'm wearing mine right now, and use my discount code BioHackingBrittany. Will actually get you a discount on all their products, including their underwear. And a shout out to Novus. I love Novus. This drink, I posted about it on my Instagram stories. I got so many replies. You know why? It's because Novus is the only longevity supplement drink out there that actually targets all 12 hallmarks of aging in one powder. So if you're like me and you're like a mom on the go, you're a parent, you're doing a lot, maybe you're working, maybe you're running a business, but you also don't want to age faster and you also care about your longevity like I do, this is so easy, guys. I'm not even kidding. You feel more energetic right when you drink it, and it also helps your longevity long-term. Like, sign me up. I will have this for the rest of my life. So it comes in little packets. It's called Novus Core. It's orange flavored, not flavored with anything, like no garbage in it. I checked. Don't worry. Strongly suggest this. You can use my discount code BioHackingBrittany. It will save you cash money, which we love. Check it out. And honestly, I think every parent should just have one of these every single morning, kind of becoming my routine. So strongly suggest, even if you're not a parent and you're doing a lot, which honestly most women are, and most men, maybe we're just doing too much in society, whatever. Novus is for you. This can help optimize your health, prepare you for longevity, anti-aging, all of those things as well. Check out Novus, love them, and we'll continue to use them. Okay, let's dive into this episode. Question number 1. Let's talk about parasites. Let's get into it. I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, do you have any content about a parasite cleanse? How do I do it? When do I do it? Why do I do it? What are the benefits? What products do you use? What don't you recommend? All of these things. So I was like, let's get into it. There's so much I can say about this. I haven't talked about parasites in a while, and I do have experience because I did have parasites quite a long time ago, and I did do a cleanse myself. So parasites, when people kind of hear that, it's not just the kind that you can pick up in a developing country or kind of when you travel, if you're drinking tap water. We're not just talking about those like very severe, obvious parasites. I'm talking about the ones that could be living in your gut right now, silently sabotaging your energy, skin, digestion, and even your mood. And honestly, you might not even know about it. This is your Parasite Cleanse 101. And so I am first going to start with, what is a parasite cleanse? This is a protocol that uses natural or pharmaceutical compounds to help eliminate parasite organisms from your body, most often from your digestive system, but they can also inhabit your liver, brain, skin, and even lungs. Now, like I kind of said, we're not talking about these rare tropical bugs. We're actually talking about something way more common. The CDC actually lists over 60 million Americans infected with just one common parasite, which is known as Toxoplasma gondii. And that's just one of many. Other common parasites include Blastocystis hominis. Man, I'm botching these. Pinworms, tapeworms, liver flukes, and a few others. And the wild part, most people have no idea that they're infected because symptoms are vague and often dismissed. And even if you might have a skin issue or an energy issue, how on earth are you actually going to know it's a parasite? Out of everything, how would you figure that out? So here are some of the signs of what a parasitic infection can actually look like. Bloating or irregular digestion, unexplained fatigue, skin issues like acne or eczema, an itchy rectum, especially at night. That one's very common. Sleep disturbances. Yes, some parasites are more active at night. Sugar cravings, because parasites feed on glucose. Brain fog or mood swings. Teeth grinding. And nutrient deficiencies despite a clean diet. Honestly, if you have a pulse, you probably have a parasite. It's bold to say that, but it's not wrong. These critters are way more common than we think. And in a small amount, they're actually not problematic. It's when they're overgrowing, when there's a ton in your body, that we need to take a look and actually do something about it. So how do we get these parasites in the first place? It's not just from international travel. It can be from things like raw or uncooked food, like sushi, pork, or beef tartare. It could be unwashed produce, especially from soil-grown crops. It could be contaminated water, including ice cubes and even tap water. It can be from animals, like your household pets, sadly, and livestock. It could be from walking barefoot. Parasites like hookworms can enter through the skin, and it can be from poor hygiene or food handling practices. So some of this is in your control and some of it isn't, which is why most people, like I said, likely have some sort of parasite in them. You can eat organic, you can even be plant-based, and you can still have parasites. So let's get into the science. A 2020 meta-analysis in parasitology research found that intestinal parasites were present in up to 32% of healthy asymptomatic individuals. Like I said, a lot of people have these. In functional medicine, practitioners often find parasite infections behind persistent gut issues, histamine intolerance, autoimmunity, and skin conditions. What's happening is these organisms are disrupting the microbiome, causing inflammation and creating toxins and honestly just weakening your immune system. And they're sneaky. Some even suppress your immune response to avoid detection. So how do we do a parasite cleanse safely? Just like I healed my bacteria overgrowth with parasites, it's the same idea. You need a multi-phase approach, multi-steps. You need a protocol. You can't just go in and, kill everything and expect it to all work out and be balanced and you be healthy and everything function correctly. It's not how it works. So there's certain steps to this, and there is an order to the steps in order to optimize getting rid of the parasites the most effectively. First of all, we want to open the drainage pathways. You know what I hear people say this on podcasts? I just kind of roll my eyes, because if you just leave it at that, the average person has no idea what that means. They have no idea. Open your drainage pathways. Cool. What the heck? That language, people don't understand. So what that means is the way that we excrete from the body, we want to optimize and keep going and be as open and effective as possible. And how do we excrete things from the body? Well, we go to the bathroom and we sweat, and the liver does a lot of cleansing for us. So when we kind of think of these drainage pathways, how do we drain things out of the body? That's what we're talking about here. So before we kill anything, before we take some strong herbs, before we do anything like that, this is how you know if your detox pathways are effectively flowing. Number one, you poop at least once a day. Honestly, once minimum. I poop twice a day, maybe even 3 times a day. And that's normal for me. You want to stay hydrated. Number 2, add minerals to your water, especially if you have a reverse osmosis water filter, which is what I have, because it takes out all of the minerals from the water. Number 3, sweat daily if you can. And this doesn't have to be a very intense workout class. It could be a walk. It could be a sauna session. It could be a steam room, anything like that. Yoga, stretching, move the body, open up those sweat glands and get the sweat, pushed and squeezed out of your body. And number 4, support the liver. If you think that your liver might not be functioning how it should be, you can use things like milk thistle or castor oil packs. Both of those are pretty easy to get online. Now, once you feel like, okay, I'm pooping every day, I'm extremely hydrated. When I go to the bathroom, when I pee, I look into the toilet, it's super clear. It's not like it's super, dark urine indicating that I might not be hydrated enough. I'm sweating every day or almost every day. I'm eating well, and I'm thinking, my liver is functioning correctly. So say that's you, okay? Now we can go on to step 2. Let's introduce the anti-parasitic herbs. So natural compounds that kill parasites include black walnut hell, which targets adult parasites, wormwood, which is a potent anti-parasitic herb. Wormwood is actually super interesting, okay? So wormwood, the actual name for that is one of the actual names for that is called Artemisia anna. And this is a plant that I actually use when I travel to Africa, which I haven't been to in a long time, but I used it to prevent getting malaria when I was living in Tanzania for a while. So I would take this, I think it was a few times a day, I would take a liquid tincture of Artemisia anna, and it is extremely potent. You can also take it if you get sick as well. It's really great for just killing off bad bacteria as well. But really natural, holistic way to look at malaria. Do your research if you're going to a place that has malaria and you're worried about it. That's what I did. And I was in Tanzania for 6 weeks and I didn't, have any issues. Clove. So clove kills parasite eggs. And then there's something called Mimosa pudica seed, which turns gel-like in the gut and scrubs biofilm. super interesting. And then you can do things like berberine, neem, or oregano oil, which is broad spectrum antimicrobials. What's interesting about neem is this is actually what I give my dog. So we live in a place where there are ticks in the spring and in the summer. We have a golden retriever, and his hair hides ticks very easily. And, so funny. Every year, the vet will say, take this thing for the duration of the summer or the spring and, take this medication and it will prevent the bugs or the ticks from latching onto the fur. But I don't like doing that. I don't think it's necessary. So when I did research a few years ago, after he had his first tick when he was on absolutely nothing, I was like, oh, this is neem. This is where neem comes in. And neem is a plant. It's a green powder that we have. We add it to his food, breakfast and dinner for about 6 months out of the year. And we've had literally no issues since. None. And we have a forest behind our house that we go through. Let's have a quick real talk about something many of us don't think about enough: protecting our reproductive health from EMFs. EMFs, which are electromagnetic fields, are around us everywhere, from our phones to Wi-Fi, 5G towers, and even household electronics. But did you know that EMFs can impact sensitive areas of the body, including your ovaries? As women, protecting this vital part of our health is so important, especially if you are planning for your future, thinking about fertility, or maybe any other health issues or concerns you have with your ovaries. That's where Lila Quantum Tech's women's underwear comes in. This is no ordinary underwear, okay? It's infused with pure quantum energy and woven with silver fibers to block over 99% of measurable radiation, including 3G, 4G, and 5G signals. It's like giving your body and your ovaries a protective shield against harmful EMFs while staying comfortable and stylish. Lila Quantum Tech has created something truly special: durable antimicrobial underwear designed with your health and well-being in mind. Whether you prefer brief or bikini style, these are an absolute must for anyone looking to prioritize their reproductive health, which I know so many of us are. And here's the best part: you can get 2 pairs for $77 or 4 pairs for $149. And if you use my discount code BioHackingBrittany, you actually get a 10% discount on top of that bundle deal. So seriously, use it so you can save. Your health is worth it. Head to the link in my bio, on my show notes, on my website, and start to protect yourself today, starting from the inside out. Lila Quantum Tech, science meets self-care for every single part of you. If you have a dog, neem, it's spelled Neem. So easy, guys. Get organic neem on Amazon, add it to your dog food. It's the easiest thing you can possibly do for ticks. Then you can do oregano oil, which is what I actually did for my overgrowth of staph bacteria. I talked about that on the show a couple of weeks ago. Be careful with oregano oil. It is extremely strong and it will kill everything. So it kills good bacteria, bad bacteria, microbes, parasites. It wipes everything out. So if you're going to do oregano oil, do it for a week, maybe 10 days, and that's it. It's not something that you take every day. It's too potent, and it's going to end up disrupting your microbiome and killing off too much good bacteria as well. So you can choose what you want to do there. I would probably do a mix of things. If it were me and I had a parasite overgrowth, I would probably do the oregano oil. Or I would potentially do, what would I do? I would probably do the wormwood and the Artemisiana. And honestly, I would just do that because I've had experience with it when I was in Tanzania for malaria, and I know it works. So for me, if I was yes, I have parasites, I would use something that I trust. And so it would be wormwood. And I would use a liquid. I would use a tincture. I wouldn't use a supplement because it's more potent, more effective, hits the blood faster. Then the step 3 is looking at binders. So you have to really think about this. So when parasites die, they release endotoxins and heavy metals. You can use binders like activated charcoal, bentonite clay, zeolite, or a biotoxin binder from Cell Core. I have used activated charcoal and bentonite clay before. And typically what you want to do with this is you would take it at nighttime. So maybe you would do your wormwood in the morning or your oregano in the morning, and you would have all the other supplements that you might be on. And then at nighttime, you would bind everything, and you would bind away from your food, away from your supplements, other supplements, and you would take your activated charcoal before you go to bed. Next, you want to kind of cycle this cleanse. So most parasites have life cycles of 2 to 3 weeks. So you could cleanse for 2 weeks, rest for 1 week, and then repeat 2 to 3 months if needed. Watch your symptoms, really, really watch your symptoms with this. Again, if I got tested and parasites came back, I would probably do at least 2 rounds just to make sure that I'm getting rid of them. And especially if, the life cycle is 2 to 3 weeks. And then you can rebuild, right? So you do your 2 cycles, maybe 3, and then you rebuild the microbiome, which is step 5. Support the microbiome with probiotics and gut healing nutrients. So L-glutamine helps to close up the gut, helps to seal the junctions. It's so funny. I'm like acting this out with my hands, although I'm not recording a video for this, but you can seal the junctions with L-glutamine, and that can be caused in your gut when you have parasites, which is known as leaky gut. You can use something like aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice is actually rich in glutamine, which is why it does the same thing. It's very soothing. Think about when you put aloe vera juice on your hand, if you burn your skin, and how it helps to heal faster. And by juice, I mean gel. It's the same thing if you were to drink it. It does the same thing for your gut. It's very healing. Collagen, same thing, has a bunch of amino acids in it that help support the gut lining and gut healing. And then soil-based probiotics. I'm on so many probiotics right now. I love seed. I know everyone's talking about seed, and I feel like so late to the party about it. I didn't hop on the bandwagon because I honestly didn't even get marketed towards it. Like, it wasn't like I heard it on a podcast and I was like, oh, I want this. I'm on seed because I literally got my gut microbiome tested. I had a major overgrowth of staph bacteria, which I thought was eczema, but was actually causing my skin issues. And so I had to wipe everything out, and now I'm rebuilding. Plus, unfortunately, I had antibiotics during my C-section 8 months ago. And so my view right now on my personal microbiome in my gut is different than how it was. And I've been tested, and I know what levels are high and low of certain bacteria. So when I was looking at the seed breakdown of the different bacteria that they have, I could see, oh, you have lactobacillus, whatever strain of it. Okay, I'm low in that, so I need that. So I was able to kind of like put the 2 pieces of the puzzle together. So definitely check them out. They're great. I'm also taking BiOptimizers supplement. They have a very, very potent probiotic. I will link it in the show notes. I'll link everything in the show notes so you guys can just, add to cart if you want. But definitely check all of this out. Now, you might be hearing this and being like, oh my God, Brittany, this is so much. Are you kidding me? I need to get out my notebook and write all this down. What were the 5 steps again? You can get Parasite Cleanse products. I'm going to be so honest with you. I have not used any of these. I have not done a Parasite Cleanse since, I don't even know. I guess I low-key did one when I just did my bacteria cleanse. So, I'm sure I killed a bunch of parasites if I had them. But I have not bought one of these kits, but I'm going to recommend some because I think it is great for you guys to have something that's kind of like a done-for-you approach. So one of the best ones on the market is called Cell Core, and this is the Cell Core Para Kit. It's advanced, it's layered, and it's practitioner grade. The next one is Microbe Formulas, Mimosa, Paducah, and Para 1. Whew, mouthful. I will link that for you. Sticky seeds that grab the parasites are in this one. And then the last one is Organic Olivia's Parasite Cleanse. It's gentle and effective for beginners. I don't have experience with these. If you do, and this is something that you're like, oh, I could totally help you with, send me a message and let me know what you think. You don't need to see worms in the toilet to benefit from a parasite cleanse. Most parasites are microscopic and don't show up visibly, but your body will feel the difference. I will always say, clear out the invaders and your body has more energy for healing. So how often should you cleanse? If you've never done a cleanse before, consider doing a full 6 to 12 week protocol once or twice a year, especially after travel, antibiotic use, or if you have symptoms flare. For maintenance, you can do shorter resets or take anti-parasitic herbs around the full moon when parasites are known to be more active, which is crazy. Nature in the human body is just wild. And so how can we prevent parasites in the future? Definitely a few things we can do here. So number one, invest in a water filter that removes protozoa. No, that's not how you say that. People like the Berkeley or the Aqua True. I have a reverse osmosis like filter and tap that was put in by like the water, I guess, company here where I live. So I don't use a like jug or anything like that anymore. Number two, you can wash produce thoroughly. So you can use vinegar. Super easy. Vinegar can be used for so much, just like plain white vinegar or grapefruit seed extract and soak it in that. You can cook meat fully and avoid high-risk raw foods. Wear shoes outdoors, especially in rural areas or public showers. I don't love this. I mean, I think the public showers, I think that is definitely true, but we do love the grounding benefits that come from being barefoot and being in nature. So for me, I would just think about this for public showers. Keep pets dewormed and clean. You know, we get our dog groomed every few months. And take binders or anti-parasitics when traveling, especially in Central America, Southeast Asia, or rural Europe. I'm actually going to Central America in like a week. So maybe I should bring some charcoal with me. We live in a world filled with bacteria, fungi, and yes, parasites. The goal is not to eliminate every microorganism, but to keep the balance in our favor. Parasites don't just steal your nutrients, they steal your vitality. Doing a cleanse can be a game changer for your energy, your skin, your digestion, and your mental clarity. And for many women in my community online, especially those navigating postpartum, chronic gut issues, or even burnout, it can honestly be the missing piece. So if you're wondering, could I have parasites? The answer is probably yes. But the good news is you can take your health back. And there's so much you can do, like I've gone through in this question on what you can do. If you want help with your parasite cleanse and like maybe you want to send me some products that you're looking at and maybe you want to try something but you're not sure, message me on Instagram at BioHackingBrittany and I will definitely help you and respond. And check out the show notes, obviously, for the full list of my favorite products and discount codes if I have any for what I've mentioned here. All right, next up. What are the best biohacks for glowing skin, hair growth, and beauty that actually work? Ooh, this one's fun. Much more fun than parasites. So let's talk about beauty, but not the kind you find in a bottle or a trendy TikTok serum. We're talking deep beauty, the kind that radiates from within. The kind of glow that honestly people ask, hey, what are you doing differently? Like when people say, wow, your skin looks great when you're not wearing makeup. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what we are looking for. So what are the best biohacks and what actually works? Let's start to break it down and let's start with biohacking your mitochondria. This is your beauty battery. Your glow lives inside your mitochondria. Mitochondria are the tiny powerhouses in your cells that produce ATP, and this is the energy currency of the body. Skin cells, hair follicles, and collagen-producing fibroblasts need ATP to regenerate and repair. If your mitochondria are sluggish, honestly, your glow will be as well. So how do we activate the mitochondria? How do we support them? How do we boost them? First up, we have red light therapy. You guys know I love my red light therapy. So you can use a red light therapy face mask. I have the one from Higher Dose. I will link that in the show notes for you. And I have their hat, which I use for postpartum hair loss. And dang, is it effective. I thought I would have lost way more hair than I did. And I'm almost 9 months postpartum. Like I was expecting clumps to come out and it didn't happen. So I'm very, very thankful. So I will ride or die with these products. So I will link them. And then, yeah, I do have a discount code for Higher Dose. I think it's Biohacking Actually, it might be Brittany 15. I will check and I'll put it in the show notes. But you want to look for 660 to 850 nanometers for any red light therapy. This boosts ATP production, increases collagen, and reduces inflammation. Imagine waking up each day feeling energized, mentally sharp, and visibly youthful, no matter your age. I've unlocked exactly that with Novus Core, and it's completely upgraded my approach to longevity. Novus Core is the only longevity supplement that targets all 12 key causes of aging, something no other product does. Most supplements only address one or two aspects of aging, but Novus Core is a complete formula designed to work across all the biological pathways of aging in one simple daily drink. Developed by leading longevity experts from Harvard Medical School and MIT, Novus Core is backed by serious scientific research. What makes Novus Core so effective? It's packed with 12 scientifically validated ingredients like fisetin, glycine, calcium alpha, ketoglutarate, and magnesium, each included at scientifically proven doses. These ingredients work together to protect your DNA, help reduce inflammation and cellular senescence, and support stem cell health, effectively slowing aging at its root causes. And here's something even more exciting. You don't have to wait years to feel the difference. 81% of Novus customers report noticeable improvements in their skin, mood, energy, or sleep within just 2 weeks, with even greater benefits accumulating over time. Since incorporating Novus Core, I've experienced incredible boosts in my energy, honestly, like right away when I'm drinking it, improved sleep, sharper cognition, and balanced moods, and even visibly healthier skin, which we all love. I genuinely feel younger, healthier, and more vibrant every single day when I have this. If you are ready to take your longevity journey to the next level, you can visit novuslabs.com and use my discount code BioHackingBrittany for 10% off of your first month subscription of Novus Core. That's novuslabs.com with code BioHackingBrittany for 10% off your first month's subscription. Enjoy and let me know what you think. I will say the thing with red light therapy, guys, women, whatever, you have to do it daily. Okay, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, but really, really, you want to be doing it daily. And that's when you get the most benefit. Like with my hat and the lack of hair that I lost postpartum, I do it every single day for 10 minutes. It's very easy. You have it charged, put it on your head. There you go. With the face mask, same thing. I do it 20 minutes every single day. Try my best because I really want that glow and I don't want to but I just want a natural glow that can come from supporting my mitochondria. You can do cold exposure. So hormetic stress that sharpens mitochondrial efficiency. What I used to do with this is I used to do something called cold water face dunks. And if you've been following me on Instagram, oh my goodness, since like 2018, which not a lot of you have. Like if you've been around for a casual 7 years, which is crazy. When I was in New Zealand, I was doing these and I was filming them, like so nerdy. But yes, cold water face dunks. I used to fill my sink. My sink was clean. Fill my sink with very, very cold water, dunk my face in it. Feels amazing, wakes you up. I should honestly start doing it again. Then you can get some mitochondrial supplements. I would do Novus for this. It just has the right ingredients that support mitochondria, which supports your beauty. And you don't have to think about it. And it has everything in one packet and it makes you feel better in the moment. Like, I just don't know why you would pick anything else. And you can do things like grounding and earthing. This reduces inflammation and supports cellular charge. Very hard to do in the winter in cold places, especially where I am in Canada. Hopefully next winter, we're planning to be down south so I could put my feet on the earth in the sun and feel the reduction in inflammation. So studies show that red light therapy can increase collagen density by 31% in just 8 weeks. Woo! That's a lot. But that's 8 weeks of consistency, right? That's not 8 weeks of doing it once a week. That's 8 weeks of probably doing it every day. Okay, number 2, we want to support the collagen from the inside out. Collagen gives your skin structure and bounce. And by age 30, we lose about 1% of our collagen every single year, unless we intervene. So there are biohacks for collagen. So you can take a hydrolyzed collagen peptide, look for grass-fed sources, types 1 and 3. I have a powder that I got on Amazon. I'm not affiliated with them. I will link it in the show notes, and it is grass-fed. I give this to my son. I add this to everything. Like when I bake, muffins, coffee, everything. Drink bone broth. So this is rich in glycine, proline, and gelatin, which is great for the skin and gut. You can add vitamin C, which is a required cofactor for collagen synthesis. And you can have something like silica and zinc, which are minerals that support hair and skin rejuvenation. Collagen is like your internal Spanx. Without it, everything sags. Then we want to look at your hormones. So this is a very holistic approach we're taking here. Hormones drive skin texture, glow, oil production, and hair growth. When your hormones are out of balance, which obviously can happen during postpartum, especially estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and your thyroid, you'll notice changes in your appearance. So look out for things like acne, which is often tied to high androgens or poor detoxing. Look out for dry skin and hair loss, which can be low thyroid or estrogen, and puffiness or dullness, which could be poor lymph flow or cortisol dysregulation. There are so many biohacks to balance your hormones. I have a whole guide on cycle syncing on my website. It's called the Ebb and Flow Cycle Guide. It's $29. Honestly, just go get it, download it. And I talk about everything to do during the different phases of your cycle, including biohacks for the different phases of your cycle. So, and I talk about seed cycling in that guide as well. I'll link it right in the show notes for you. You can also do adaptogens like ashwagandha, schizandra, and maca. I love maca. You can do castor oil packs to support your liver and estrogen detox. You can do an infrared sauna to sweat out endocrine disruptors. This is what I love. I love my sauna. And you can do daily walks or strength training to stabilize insulin and cortisol. And yes, sleep is a beauty hormone amplifier. Your body produces melatonin and human growth hormone during deep sleep, which boosts skin repair and cellular turnover. Number 4, clean up your products in your environment. You can't glow if you're bathing in toxins. Endocrine disruptors like parabens, phthalates, synthetic fragrance, and BPA mess with your hormones, and your skin will show it. Glow-friendly swaps include switching to non-toxic skincare and makeup. Whoa, there's so many out there. I don't even know what to recommend. For non-toxic skincare right now, I am using OneSkin, and I love OneSkin. OneSkin creates skin products that are focused on peptides. And I love this because it's very biohacky. They're a woman-founded company, and I just really support them. And I see a difference when I use their main face cream. For makeup, this is really tough. What do I even use? Oh, I'm just looking over at my makeup on my side of my desk here. Westman Atelier is nice. You can get them at Sephora. People like RMS Beauty or Ilia, they're okay. They're not my favorite, but those are clean makeup brands. And Beauty Counter is actually really great. Now, Beauty Counter is tough because you can only get it from their website. However, their products are extremely clean and very effective. Like their eyeshadow is actually very pigmented. It's not like, when you buy a clean eyeshadow from Whole Foods and you put it on your eyelid and you can't even see it. Like their products are actually very good. I think they are right now taking a break and they're rebuilding their brand and their website, and they're coming back in the summer. So you might have to wait for them. Other glow-friendly swaps include ditching your synthetic fragrance, choose essential oil blends, or go fragrance-free. I don't wear any perfume. I have a couple natural ones, but once I had my son, I was just like, what's the point? I don't trust this. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of don't think it's necessary. Like, why do I need to smell like flowers? What's the point? Like, I also don't necessarily stink or have any like over sweat producing glands or anything like that. Like, I don't smell unless I work out really hard, or it's really hot outside, then I definitely do. But then I just shower with water. I don't really use soap in the shower. So that's kind of my routine. And you can use clean beauty tools like a rose quartz gua sha. I have one of those, or a stainless steel face roller. And you could upgrade your home with like an air filter, water filter, and glass containers. I have been getting rid of every piece of plastic in my house. I just changed our toothbrushes to be, oh my gosh, what are they? Wood with, it's not even nylon bristles. It's boar hair bristles? Guys, this is next level. You don't need to go this far. But I can send you the link to my new toothbrushes if you want. I actually have the one for kids too, for my son. I just can't with plastic. I can't. Yeah. And then I feel bad throwing it out. So I just give it away. But I just can't. It's just not, it doesn't fit into my like ethos, my wellness house. Studies show that 3 days of switching to low tox personal care products can reduce chemical load up to 40% in the body. That was a US Berkeley study in 2016. That's crazy. I've been slowly getting my mom to switch as well. We started with her laundry detergent. Then I told her to stop wearing perfume. Then I've been like giving her clean makeup and clean skincare. I also use tallow. I use Muskoka Tallow. So I will link that in the show notes as well. My good friend has a company called Muskoka Tallow, and it's grass-fed, grass-finished tallow from Canada. And it's fabulous. So I use it on my skin, my body, my face, everything like that. And I give it to my mom as well. Next up, we want to boost lymphatic drainage and circulation. So the lymphatic system is your body's natural drainage system. When it's stagnant, you get puffiness, dullness, and breakouts. So there are lymph boosting hacks. So you could do dry brushing, gentle strokes towards the heart before showering or before going in the sauna. You could do a facial massage or a gua sha. You could do rebounding, which is bouncing on a mini trampoline. It stimulates lymph flow. And you could do hydration, so with electrolytes and not just plain water. If you want to glow, you have to flow. Very easy thing to think about when we're talking about drainage and circulation. Next up, there are other nutrients that can kind of turn on the glow. I know I've talked about some. We were talking about like the ones that support mitochondria, but there are other beauty supplements that you can add to your stack. So biotin and a B complex, this supports keratin production. You could do vitamin A, which is like retinol from food, and this is essential for cellular turnover. You could do omega-3s, which reduce inflammation and dryness, or you could do astaxanthin, which is an internal sunscreen and basically and skin tone brightener, which is amazing. And then obviously probiotics, because the gut-skin axis is very, very real, which I just learned from having my overgrowth of my bad bacteria. A pro tip around this is like cod liver oil because it has a high dose of vitamin A, vitamin D, and omega-3s all in one. And it's more of a holistic way to go about it versus like having the isolated nutrients. Make sure you get fermented cod liver oil. Guys, I guess I'll say this. I will link it in the show notes, the one that I have. It's fermented. It is so potent. It is so potent. And I have taken some crazy supplements in my day and liquids and tinctures and this and that. Wow. Think about cod, the fish, then think about their liver, and then think about fermenting that liver, and then make it into a liquid like a syrup and then drink it out of your fridge. Wow. Okay. That's what it is. So next time I get it, I will get their cinnamon one again. So it has a nice, like a bit of a natural like flavor to it. But I actually give that fermented cod liver oil to my 8-month-old baby in gummies. I just made him gelatin gummies and I put a tablespoon of cod liver oil in there with coconut cream, a little bit of maple syrup, and I think that was it, and gelatin. And he eats it. I was like, okay, good for you. You don't know any better. And then we have sleep. So this is the cheapest glow hack ever. You literally can't regenerate skin or hair if you're not sleeping well. Obviously, if you're postpartum or if you're pregnant, this is so hard. And so know that you're in a phase and it's going to end and it's not always going to be hard to sleep. But during deep sleep, the body shifts into repair mode, releasing melatonin and HGH. So there are sleep biohacks, and that's a whole nother podcast in itself. But you can track your REM and deep sleep through like an Aura or a Whoop. You can use magnesium before bed. I use BiOptimizers magnesium. It's the best magnesium on the planet. It's got all 7 types of magnesium in it. I take a capsule before bed, or I have it in the powder form, which I actually love. It's like a little blue drink, and I drink it before bed. No blue light after 8 p.m. Try a sleep mask and blackout curtains if you can. And wind down with chamomile, glycine, or reishi tea. Beauty sleep isn't a cliche. It's a mitochondrial necessity. And some bonus biohacks, because I know y'all love them. These are some next level beauty trends, which some of them I've done. So the first one is exosomes or stem cell facials. This is cutting edge skin regeneration. I have not done this, but I would. The next one is PRP facials. These are known as vampire facials, and you can use your own platelets to rejuvenate your skin. I have done these. I have probably done about 8 in my lifetime. I have not done them since I had a baby. Strongly suggest if you have the cash flow for PRP facials, do it. Let me tell you just quickly what these did for me. It got rid of any acne scarring that I had. I didn't have any acne as a teenager. I went through this weird bout in my early 20s where I had acne for actually it was the beginning of COVID. Yeah, so it was about 5 years ago. I had this bout of acne, and it created scars on my chin and around my mouth. And I think maybe a little bit even on my forehead between my eyebrows. I did these vampire facials and it got rid of my scars. And it was incredible. It really helped with my skin tone. So what they basically do is they put a needle in you. They take out some blood. They separate the blood. They get the plasma or the platelets. That's like the liquid gold. It's like yellow. Then they inject it into your skin, and then they put it topically on top. And then they do micro needling to really create that stressor that then heals your skin. And afterwards, you are like red and blotchy and puffy. But wow, if you can do like a set of 3 within 3 to 4 months, you will see a difference. They're not cheap. I think each facial is about $500 in total, like honesty. I had a friend who was a naturopath who hooked me up, and I think I paid 50% or something back then. So I had someone help me with it, and it was so worth it. You can also do PRP to help with hair restoration, especially for men around their hairline if they're balding or if their hairline is receding. You can do cryotherapy or cold plunges. This can reduce puffiness and inflammation. This kind of goes back to doing the cold water face dunk in the morning. So if you have like a photo shoot that day or a really important meeting or an interview or a presentation, maybe you do that in the morning and then you just kind of reduce your puffiness and inflammation before you put on all of your products and your makeup and things like that. You can do high dose vitamin IVs with glutathione. I have done this. These detox and brighten the body from the inside. So I actually did a ton of this before my wedding 2 years ago. I should have actually documented like how I biohacked myself for my wedding. It was extreme. I actually have the list on my phone. Oh my God, do I want to read it out loud? No, I don't. Maybe that's a question for another day. Yeah, I'm like blushing. I have this list on my phone of like things that I did that like made me glow as much as possible and also be as healthy as I could be for my wedding, which was in Costa Rica 2 years ago. And yeah, it worked, but I spent a ton of money. And so then after that, I took a break and then I got pregnant and then it's postpartum. And here we are. And now I'm kind of like getting back into doing all these things again. Because girl, I want my glow back. You know, there's that trend on TikTok that talks about getting your pink back after having a baby. Yeah, it's real. And that's what I want right now. So I am definitely doing some of this again. And if you want to try something else, you can do colostrum powder. And this is for skin healing and your gut and helping your gut work. I've done this before. I don't love it, but I do see a lot of people using it. It's very trendy, so you could try it. Glowing skin is a sign of a healthy body, not a $300 serum. It's internal first always. When your hormones are balanced, your mitochondria are charged, your detox is flowing, and your stress is managed, you will glow. And that's the beauty of biohacking. So yes, you can have youthful skin and strong hair and next level radiance without burning out your credit card at Sephora. So you can glow from the inside, you can biohack from the outside, and you can watch the magic happen. If you love this episode, screenshot this episode, tag me on Instagram at BioHackingBrittany, and tell me what your favorite beauty biohack is. I'm actually so curious. Maybe there's something I forgot. And I'm just so interested to see what other people recommend and what you think. If you have any questions, my DMs are always open. I will be traveling very soon to Austin, Texas for a while for the Health Optimization Summit. I can't wait to see you there. And I am going to Nicaragua afterwards and then Miami. So I'll be around on Instagram, but I'm just not going to be in Canada. I'm taking a break. Cannot wait. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you soon for another episode. Thanks for tuning in to Biohacking with Brittany. If you love this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone on their own wellness journey. Stay connected with me on Instagram at BiohackingBrittany for more on high performance health, non-toxic living, and the latest in biohacking. Until next time, keep striving for your healthiest, most vibrant self.